Good morning. Today, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Right, so apologies for the delay, but we're here now. So today we're talking about three books, the three books that I am reading and rereading this year, and they are for anybody who is in the online business space, especially for somebody who is either getting started or you've been in the online business space and you're ready to start selling. So I'll tell you what the three books are. But I just wanted to say something, that the thing is, there's so many amazing minds out there. There's so many amazing minds. And one way that we can tap into, these people's minds is by reading the books that they put out there, because what they're doing is that they're not just telling us what to do, but they're also telling us how to think. So you learn so much from reading. I mean, people say readers are leaders, and you learn so much from spending time. It's almost like you're spending time with the person that wrote the book. You're spending time with somebody, so you might not get the opportunity to go to their house or attend their conference or even take their course or something. But if you can read their book, you can probably get a really detailed um, experience, as if you are actually being mentored by them. So I decided that my first life for the year is to share these three books. I've been wanting to share them for a while, and so I'll just go ahead and share them. So first one is this one. It is called Show Your Work by Cleon. It's a small book, just it's a little book, and it's not very many words. You can see I've actually started underlining some bits and pieces, but it's a small book, and the premise of the book is that we as on in the online space, we tend to think, let's just stay in a cave, create. Then once we're finished creating, oh, Zachary, oh, just, okay, go upstairs, go up, go upstairs, go and watch CBBS. I just saved you from seeing a naked child. So anyway, so you shouldn't create in a vacuum. As you're creating, you should share your work. So we don't wait for perfection. We share as we create, because in that way it helps us to grow, it helps us to sell, it helps us to. So the thing is, you need to what the book is trying to tell us is to continue to show up even as we're in the process, not just when we have a finished product. I love this book. I've underlined so many parts. I've dog-eared so many parts. But it's so this is my number one book for the year. I'll come back to it. My number two book is this lovely book from John Lee Dumas. It's called The Common Path to Uncommon Success. So this book, and this third one, let me tell you, because they both have the same, I'm recommending them for the same reason. So this book, Launch by Jake Walker, and this one, The Common Path to Uncommon Success by John Lee Dumas. These two books are like an A to Z of what the person did to achieve the success that they got, and also not just taking from their own go back. Yeah, of course, it's today that wants to run up and down the stairs naked. Anyway, so A to Z of their journey. So if you are starting, if there's one book, I'll say, if you are getting started in the online space and you want to build a business or an online brand or something, and you just read only one book, I would say this: The Common Path to Uncommon Success. It's a book that will help you to lay a very good foundation. It takes you from step by step, from finding your ideas, creating your ideal client, creating your content plan, finding a mastermind, so that you can find people to learn from, getting a mentor, and then it even touches on launching, which is what this book is about. And it actually mentions this, the author of this book, and uses his system. So it takes you step by step, every part, your finances, everything. So if I go through the gosh, my books have so much writing in them. So if I go through the table of contents, I'll just tell you. So identify your big idea, discover your niche, create your avatar, choose your platform, find your mentor, join or create a mastermind, design your content production plan, create content, launch, pinpoint your avatar's biggest struggle, prove the concept, craft the solution, build your funnel, diversify your revenue, increase your traffic, implement systems, build a team, create affiliate partnerships, keep the money you make, and then talks about ends with the well of knowledge. So this book is everything. Everything. You'll be able to see where you are on your journey in this book. You'll be able to fill in the gaps of places that you have steps that you skipped on your journey, or things that you have, and you also get validation if you've done some of the steps on this book. It will help to validate what you're doing. But if you are looking for, like I said, a step-by-step thing that will take you from A to Z, this is it. And it does talk about launching as well. My favorite chapter of the book is the design your content production plan. It is the biggest chapter in this book, and it's I have this book. When I got this book, I bought it. I first of all listened to it on audio. This is the chapter. This is it. Create your content production plan. So, okay, there you go. Just that. Yeah, other chapters are smaller, but this is like the meatiest chapter. It's something I'm going to keep going back to. Like I said, very simply written. I got it as audio book. I was listening to it as an audio book, and I was like, oh, this is really nice. I need to get the physical book so that I can write in it and make notes on the line while I'm follow along, so that as I'm listening, I'm also reading. So that's why I also got the copy. So that's why the book actually looks quite new, because I've not touched it that much, because I've been listening to the audio as I go through the book. But I'll tell you something. This is a book. I mean, this is Johnny Dumas is he's a podcaster. He podcasts at Entrepreneurs on Fire, which is really a worthwhile podcast to listen to, listening to different people, and he also he's been earning a good amount of money every month from the work that he does. He's very diligent, he's very hardworking, but he's following proven steps. So this book definitely, like I said, three books. These three books, are the books that I have said this year I'm going to read and reread. That's why I said books that you should read twice. Because the thing is, I love reading. I've always loved reading. God bless my mother. She introduced us to She, made available lots of books for us when we were younger, so I loved reading, in fact, I was called a bookworm when I was little, but so because of that, I have the tendency to fly through books. You just fly through the book, go your way, read the next one. You're reading, sometimes you're reading 3 or 4 books at the same time, and you're gathering all this knowledge, but you're not implementing them. So I said to myself, instead of just flying through books and say, oh, I read 60 books, 70 books a year, that's nice to say, but are you implementing what is in the book? So I decided to slow this pattern of reading down. If you see me reading often, most of the time now I just read fiction, but the books that have to do with business, I've decided to just really slow it down, read the books and implement. I have a couple more books I'll talk to you about next time that I'm reading through for business as well. I'll tell you the name of the author now. His name is John Lamerton. So those other 2 books are good for me because they are for me where I am in my journey, and I would recommend them. But I'll tell you about them next time I come on here live. So the 3rd book is Launch. Again, this is similar to this in the sense that it is also a step-by-step thing where it takes you through the journey of starting an online business. It focuses on the things that are important, but this is different in that Jeff Walker has created a system which you can use to launch any product, any service, any business online. And it's a very specific system which goes from the pre-launch to the pre-launch to the launch to the opening of the cart and everything. And in that, he talks a lot about storytelling. He talks about the triggers that you use to that you want, the triggers, the psychological side of launching, and he's also very clear, so I've taken his course a few years ago, and I've taken his course a few years ago, which is called Product Launch Formula, and it's an amazing course. If you have the chance and the money to take the course, I would definitely recommend that you take the course, and even just become part of that world. But this book, even if you don't take the course, this book is going to explain to you the whole concept of launching, especially in the online space. So people have the unfortunately, people think, if you just have something to sell, you should just show up and say, oh, there's this thing, it's wonderful, buy it, and unfortunately, that's not the way it works, especially in the online space. If it was a shop or something, a physical shop, it's different, but in the online space, you can't just come to somebody and say, buy my thing, buy my thing. So there's many aspects of there's many nuances to it, but it is actually something that can be broken down and can be what's that word now, very intentional, very deliberate, and very specific what you do at each stage of your buyer's journey. So I don't think I can explain it as well as Jeff Walker does in his book, but I love I love his emphasis on email marketing. I love his emphasis because you are using email to launch as well as maybe videos or whatever. But I also like the fact that this book, you can use it at any point in your journey. So if you are just starting, you don't have a list, you don't know anybody, you've never sold anything online, you can use this book. If you're an expert or you have hundreds of people on your list, hundreds of followers or whatever, and you want to sell something, you can use this book. It's really, I think one thing that I'll say for this is that you need to be patient. You need to trust the process and you need to follow the instructions. If you trust the process, follow the instructions, and don't try to take shortcuts or don't try to rush the process, you will succeed. It's like an inevitable thing because he deals a lot with human nature. how we are as people, how we buy as people, how we form relationships as people, and it's based on that that he has his he has come up with the system. He has what he calls the sideways sales letter, and so many different things, so many different things. So yes, so definitely I would say, and then also this is actually the second copy. I had he hold on a second, hold on, I'll show you. Yeah, you're gonna see my. Okay, so this one. So he wrote this book. Um, this was so much dust on my book. He wrote this one. This is also by Jeff Walker, and this is the first version of the book that he wrote. It's also called Launch. Then this one came out more recently, and it's kind of like it has some parts of this book, but then it is expanded, and then it also adds some more um, modern launch methods or modern interpretations or modern ways of implementing the same launch method. So this is his first launch book. This one, I think I got it in, where did it come out? Let's see. If you can get both of them, I'll say get both of them. There's people that have launched just from reading the book without attending his course. So this one was, what year is this? 2014. So I got this one in 2014. This is about 8 years ago. So, and this one came out, I think it was 2020 or 2021. Yeah. So the book is called Launch: How to Sell Almost Anything Online, Build a Business You Love, and Live the Life of Your Dreams. So this is 2021. Yes, so this is 2021. So these are my 3 books. I would say my 3 books for the year. For anybody who is starting an online business, I've been wanting to share this since the beginning of this year. And I thought, okay, the first time I go live, let me just do this. I'll get it out of my system. 3 books that, if you are starting your business from scratch, or even like me, I've been behind the scenes in the online business space with a lot of clients and everything, but I'm now starting my own business, building my own brand and everything, so it has forced me to kind of go back to scratch or go back to the basics and say, okay, what do I need to do? If I was starting from scratch, what do I need to do? And these 3 books, this one and this one, The Common Path to Uncommon Success by John Lee Dumas, and Launch by Jeff Walker, and finally Show Your Work. This guy, if you have a chance to buy all his books, buy all of them, but Show Your Work by Austin Cleon is again, like I said, sometimes the person is not just telling you what to do, but is also telling you how to think. And Austin Cleon is a perfect example of that, so yeah, so let me read some of the parts where I underlined here. So let me see. Right. One, it says, I am not going to sit here and wait for things to happen. I'm going to make them happen. And if people think I'm an idiot, I don't care. Then it talks about, what else did I underline? It says, by letting go of our ego and sharing our process, we allow for the possibility of people having an ongoing connection with us and our work, which helps us move more of our products. Let me read one last one. Let me find where else. One of the sections is called "Open Up Your Cabinet of Curiosities." You know, sometimes, ooh, sometimes, sometimes we by the window. Okay, it's better. So sometimes we feel like, oh, I'm different, you know. I want to do something that looks like what everybody else is doing. But sometimes you don't have to. You can actually just be yourself, you know. Okay, and this one says, don't be a hoarder. So don't be a hoarder. So basically, these three things are what these three books are what I want to guide my work for this year. Now, I want to just mention something, you know, because the thing is that I want to encourage us to read more, you know, read more. I mean, it's nice to take an online course, it's nice to watch a video on YouTube and all that kind of thing, you know, but there's something about reading that works in our brain in a very different way and becomes more it makes it more connections in our brain than just about anything else. I come from a culture, and I don't know whether it's a culture or whether it is the age, you know, where if you say, oh, I don't know something, you know, people you are taught it's people think that you're, how will I put it? If you say I don't know, you know, it's something to be ashamed about. It's something to be, you know, you don't want people to say to let you to think that you don't know something, you know. So that has been the culture of, you know, maybe my age, people who are my age or what, I don't know, or in my generation or the older generation. People feel that they don't want to tell people that they don't know. You don't want to be seen as somebody that is ignorant, or you know, that somebody that is unaware. So because of that, you resist somebody teaching you something, you know. And if you do not have open yourself up to learning new things, you will not grow. You know, you have to learn every day. The more you learn, the more you earn, you know. And as they say, readers are leaders, you know. So when you are reading, you are learning from somebody else. You're not going to say, oh, who is this small boy that is coming to try and teach me this thing, or you know. But oh, I can figure out it out on my own, you know, I don't need anybody to help me, or you know, that kind of thing. We don't want to have that. We don't want to have that. We want to be very open to learning. So that's just what I want to what I want to just you know, say as a to end this live stream. I am using a new platform for this live, and I have not been able to connect the comments, so maybe I can figure out how to do it next time. But I hope to see you soon. When next I have something coming, something to talk about, I will put I'll put a notice up on my page, on my profile, and I will be back to talk about something else. So anyway, oh yes, I mentioned I was going to tell you about 2 more books next time I come. So I'll see you either later this week or same time next week. Yeah, have a wonderful day, and bye.